Pop that on the blog.
Because they don't do much. So I went to a pet shop and they're like 180 quid.
Oh, that's preposterous.
They don't do much.
Hey, have you seen how much a camel is these days? A lot of money.
Do you want me to put a shout out and see if you can get a free tortoise?
So that would be excellent. But I don't know. I'd like to know if they're worth that much money, really. If you've got a tortoise and you think it's ace, let me know, because I want to know if it's worth 180 quid, because I'm happy to save up for one if it's going to, do good.
Where is it you live again? It's somewhere up north.
Quite north.
So if there's someone up north who's got a tortoise that they want to, a new home for...
But then I'm going to question why they're getting rid of born. Yeah. Too many questions need asked.
Yeah, and also, what if they've already painted the name on the shell and it's not pickle?
That's illegal. Well, it's not illegal, obviously, but doesn't it kill them? Doesn't it soak through that shell and make them poorly?
Well, there's so many questions here.
Text us on 64046 or email stephen.sixmusic@bbc.co.uk.
She just sits here in the studio waiting for me to do that. It's very sweet of her. Thanks, Jackie. So, and your other point was that you're going to cut off all your hair. This is dramatic.
I'm not going to do it myself. I mean, I do give myself the odd fringe trim, which I think is acceptable. I'm not going to hack the lot off myself. I'm a bit scared about it. I've decided, I'm settled, I'm going to give it to charity. Not
the hair?
Not handed in at like St Oswald's. Just
not the hair?
No, I'm going to give it to a charity that makes wigs with it and stuff for
really?
poorly people.
Oh, that's very sweet of you.
Yeah, well, either that or keep it in a box in my room, and it's just going to go a bit funny.
Well, you can put the tortoise in there.
Oh,
Alright, keep it warm.
Have you been reading...
Posh hay.
Did you read The Tortoise and the Hare this week and decide to come up with this crazy scheme?
It's probably some delirious dream I've had whilst I've been slightly feverish. But yeah, I'm going to get rid of all my hair. I'm a bit scared though, and I don't know if I should do it.
Well, you should do it on the radio if you're going to do it at all.
It's not particularly radio worthy.
Yeah, make us laugh.
Yeah, this is it.
Make us laugh.
So,
we do it? Could I do it? Could I cut it?
No.
Come on, think about it. Celebrity hair trim with Steve Merchant.
Buy me a tortoise to take the edge off it, then maybe I'll let you.
I'm going to buy you a tortoise if you let me cut your hair off.
What an offer.
Come on, how often do you get that kind of deal?
And the tortoise kit, because that didn't come cheap.
What kind of tortoise kit? It's a cardboard box.
No, it needs like heat lamps and all sorts of
Eh?
cucumber
Heat lamps?
dishes.
I don't remember this on Blue Peter.
No,
Get your heat
definitely
lamps
Dad
out.
needed
They
all
seem
of
to
that.
live in the wild perfectly happily without heat lamps.
They don't live in the UK. They live in like the Mediterranean where it's quite warm.
You're not having one of those giant ones that sort of lived for
I want
400
to
years.
saddle it.
Actually, I disapprove. If they're not native, what if it escapes and starts eating all the fauna?
I have a feeling it's going to be difficult escaping from a first floor bedroom in Seg Hill.
Anyway. Okay, let me say, I'm going to buy you the tortoise and all the paraphernalia, whatever that is, if you let me cut your hair.
Okay, that's a deal.
All right, put it there. Yes.
Boy, I feel
Don't think we're not going to get the old
bad about
camcorder.
this.
We're going to get the camcorder down. We're going to have that on the web by 5:05 next Sunday. That's how exciting that will be. Listen, we need to give our verdict on some big new releases, and they don't come much bigger than this. Oasis, remixed by the Chemical Brothers. What? So the Chemical Brothers remixing a new tune from the forthcoming Oasis album called Falling Down with Noel on vocals. We think that that tune at least won't actually be on the album. You'll hear the original. And I guess that's probably been leaked online to drum up some interest in Oasis. Has it drummed up some interest from you, dance floor lovey Rufus?
My feeling about Oasis at the moment is almost exclusively about Neil Gallagher's Jay-Z
Neil,
rant.
come on.
Noel, come on, that's what I said. Noel's anti-Jay-Z rant at Glastonbury, for which I think he's been justly kind of, made into a bit of a pariah in the music industry and the music press. And I think quite rightly, I think he was being a bit of an idiot about it. And I think for his track to be remixed as well as this is better than he deserves, really.
Really?
Yes, I really do. Because I think that's really good. And I think that if he's going to do the old kind of, Glastonbury's only for guitar rock and Jay-Z's got no place there and stuff, and then someone does a much better job of his music than he can himself.
Ooh, this is outrageous.
Then he needs to just jolly well go back to the studio and write some decent songs.
I think that he was probably just sort of, pigeonholed outside an event somewhere, wasn't he? And they quickly asked him, "Hey, no, what do you think of Jay-Z?" "Oh, it's probably that, wasn't it?" And suddenly now he's become...
What, he said shubba-da-bub?
And they misinterpreted that as, "I hate Jay-Z."
You never really know if someone called him and put him on the spot slightly when he was having his cornflakes, or whether or not he kind of thought, "Give me that number for LBC, I'm going to ring in."
I can't imagine he phoned him when Ken Livingstone was sitting in.
Or Gaunty.
Vanessa, I must get on the lines of Vanessa Feltz.
Yeah, Noel on line 2 calling from Supernova.
Yeah, exactly. Harry, you probably have no opinion of that track.
Not really. Well, I do, I guess, in the sense that we're giving an opinion really on a Chemical Brothers track. I'm guessing there's not much of the original in there, apart from little snippets of vocal. And as a Chemical Brothers track, I quite enjoyed it.
Dan, you'll remember the glory days when Noel featured on that cracking Chemical Brothers tune that was big
Setting
hit.
Sun,
Setting Sun, a big hit
and I'm
around
very
there.
much in the Harry camp here, that I'm treating this as a Chemical Brothers track all the way. With a lot of their things, they get that instant hit that I just love it straight away. And then is it diminishing returns as you listen to it again? But then I always think their best stuff is with the collaborators. They had Beth Orton on the first album, Noel G with The Setting Sun, Bernard Sumner as well. So it might have a bit of longevity. So I give it a little tiny Danny thumbs up.
Let's get the view from Youth Corner and Sammy.
My mic seems to have slipped, so I'm going to have to slump for this one. Harry's completely right. That is a really good Chemical Brothers song with an excellent Noel vocal. I think the Oasis album will probably be as disappointing as the last couple. I think that'll not be reflected in what that song really sounds like, but that as a track was pretty awesome.
Instant text reaction from Rose in London. Do you know what makes this remix good? It sounds nothing like the original.
I wouldn't like to be the multi-millionaire Noel Gallagher around now.
If you weren't listening to Steve Lamacq the other day, you missed this.
This next tune needs a sort of explanation. Probably not the sort of music we'd normally play on Six Music, but it's been a big hit in the States, and it offers up some possible conversation here. Katy Perry, I think, was the sort of daughter of a fairly upstanding religious couple, and she had a few little tunes out, and then she's come back with this, an outrageous tune that's taken America by storm. It features lesbian undertones, and her name is Katy Perry. To say, here's the tune, "I Kissed a Girl." So she is the child of a couple of pastors. She put out a kind of Christian gospel album, and then was obviously signed up by someone else who thought, hang on a minute, wait, we can sex this lady up and ruffle some, Christian right feathers. And it's been a big hit stateside. I think Madonna's got behind her, and there we are. She's coming here, and I think the tune is released. She's not got behind her in that sense, Dan. And the tune is released, I think, 4th of August. So the reason I like to keep people fully abreast of what's happening in Popland, as much as I can say abreast. Goodness sake. What's happening in pop world? Now I can't say anything. I'm living on a knife edge. But do you think there's something quite pleasant in still being able to upset people just by, I don't know, a simple bit of lesbian canoodling?
Oh, I think if pop music can still, I think if really kind of anodyne saccharine pop like that can still carry a message that gets kids in playgrounds kind of roaring with laughter, doubled over with embarrassment, and parents kind of putting their hands over their children's ears, I think all good, definitely.
So really, in a sense, it's more rock and roll than, say, the Chemical Brothers and Noel Gallagher. Is that what you're saying? Is that the hot headline that you're going to give us?
If in my head there's a boxing ring with Perry on one side and Gallagher and those two guys on the other, that's just what I think about all the time.
That's just your fantasy.
Yeah.
Tiny Dan.
I'm going to disagree, I'm afraid. I thought it was a bit dull, and I can't help thinking the controversy around it. I can see it's a bit ever so slightly saucy with the chorus there. But isn't it all a bit contrived to get a bit of a reaction? And there's the suggestive cover, and we've just checked out a few pictures on the interwebs. I might check out a few more later, but just to complete my research and make sure that I know that it is all a bit. But I just thought contrived, a bit boring, really. Without the controversy, that would be a nothing song.
But isn't that the point, though, that as Rufus was saying, that we're still living in a world where the very hint of lesbianism can still kind of ruffle feathers, Harry?
Well, yeah, I guess so. It's a crazy mixed up world, Steve. You won't be surprised that Madonna is a big fan of this young lady. And another of her singles was called You Are So Gay. And that song was criticised for alleged homophobia.
So this is very much a response to that?
Yeah, it's a call and response to her own single. But you do wonder where she's going to go from here. And I can't think of anything to say that isn't incredibly offensive.
She likes the taste of a chapstick.
Her girlfriend's cherry chapstick.
A cherry chapstick, yeah.
Nothing funny about that.
There's nothing funny about the word chapstick.
We've mentioned a brand name. We should mention, Blisties, Blistix, Comex. There are plenty others available.
And chapstick.
Yeah, you're supposed to
but there is
rub a
cherry chapstick
on your lips, aren't you?
Yeah, if you know, it's nothing wrong with having a chapstick on your lips.
Well, it's soothing.
Yeah, of course.
Exactly.
But anyway,
So juvenile.
Are you a fan of? No, I'm not. No, what I was going to say was, are you a fan of that tune?
Oh, sorry. No.
Thank you very much. Okay, listen. You know Soul Wax.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
right? Well, they have taken the producer reins on this tune by Das Pop, and it's called Underground. 3 parts Belgian, 1 part Kiwi, released August 4th, although I think you can download it from tomorrow, and that is Das Pop, as I say, produced by Soul Wax. Tiny Dan, you love a nice summer upbeat anthem, don't you? Could that be it? Hang on. Go on.
I do actually. Yeah.
Thanks very much.
And that's what I was saying off air, listeners, just in case you thought you'd missed out. Because I do actually. Yeah. I really like a nice summery. Why is that? I love the noodle. I love the experimental, but a summer song. I could listen to that down the beach with me Jeep before I go surfing.
Sure.
With me tousled blonde hair, sand in it. Yeah, it'd be good.
Well, thanks very much. It's a wonderful picture.
Yeah.
Will you be grooving to that in your open-top vintage Bentley?
I will, Steve. I'll turn the music down respectfully as I drive through quiet Cotswold villages. But those string stings will pick up my smile on a overcast day. They're lovely.
That's very good. Harry, it probably puts you in mind of Dodgy.
Well, I'll tell you what it did put me in remind of. That doesn't make sense. But you know how I'm not allowed to say what something sounds like anymore?
Yes.
That really did sound like Phoenix, who I love,
yes.
and who weren't very successful. So if anyone out there did like that, go back and search out the French group Phoenix.
Okay, and Sammy, finally, you speak.
I don't like songs that make me that happy. It was too over the top, it was too saccharine, it was too Boo Radleys, and it's annoyed me.
Oh, hang on a minute. I can see some interesting. Forget the Chemical Brothers and that American lesbian chick in a boxing ring, because I think suddenly we're going to see a whole new contest. Harry, you're going to defend the Boo Radleys,
Which
surely?
is absurd. The Boo Radleys are so much more than Wake Up Boo. You know, Giant Steps is one of the greatest albums ever.
Fight.
I think I was very young when that single came out, and that's all I heard of them, that's all I needed to hear.
So much to learn, young Missy.
Oh, I don't know whose side I'm on.
Well, I'm excited.
I think I'm going down the pub.
Yeah, I'll probably come with you.
Yeah, all right.
Coming.
Before we go, thanks very much indeed to everyone for coming along and just having a few laughs, a few tears. I was just reading here. You may already know the answer, but if not, see if you can guess it. There's been information released as to what the most played tune on British radio was over the last. Let me say, I think it's 5 years. Okay, Dan's nodding. He already knows what it is. All right, those that don't. Right, the most played tune on radio in the last 5 years. Harry.
Oh, come back to me.
Sammy.
That takes us back to 2003. I was going to say Angels, Robbie Williams, but I'm going to take that back.
No, it's that guy. It's Daniel Chowder or whatever he's called.
Daniel
Bedingfield?
Powter.
No,
It's Powter. It's Powter.
Powter,
You
yeah.
had a bad day. The most played tune on British radio in the last 5 years.
True for everyone.
Sobering listeners. That's the kind of music you're almost certainly going to hear, I would imagine, in the next couple of hours on the Stuart McConey Show. Back next week. When I turn up the microphone, Rufus, don't be doing some kind of heavy sigh. I mean, you want to be G'd up for the next 2 hours, surely. We don't want to hear you. Did you not enjoy canned heat?
I loved Ken. I didn't know you put the sound. I was thinking about the next 2 hours of broadcasting and how I was going to put my whole soul into it, and I was just preparing myself for that. I thought, lucky Steve hasn't put the mics up. He only had.
But why do you prepare yourself with a heavy of heart sigh?
Well, Steve, we all focus very hard on our talky bits. You know,
They are, and
more
they
than
are
some
talky
others.
bits, yeah.
You know, and my shoulders rise up with the thought of it, and then drop at the thought of focusing myself on the work ahead.
And the thing is, Steve, you know, it's your last chance to put what's happened in the week behind you. You know, you might not have had a great week, but